Religions, they're all over the world in all different regions. Some with different teachings, some with very similar teachings. But the distribution of these religions is actually interesting, though, and how the public perceives where they are at. Many people believe the highest concentration of Christians is in North America, and the highest concentrations of Muslims is in the Middle East. Now, this is pretty much because of how the media portrays us. Here in the USA, we have, the Bible Belt with Alabama and Mississippi and the Bible beaters who, give us this image. In the Middle East, well, they're negatively given the image of Islam as a terrorist group, mostly. Well, both of these are actually wrong. Now, the highest concentration of Christians is actually in Europe, and a close second is South America. And as for Islam, the highest concentration is actually in Southeast Asia. How did they come to spread where they're at? With large concentrations in some places and other regions having nearly no trace of the same religion? Well, I'm trying to find that out. The most popular religion in the world and the United States is Christianity in its various forms. And the second closest is Islam, which is actually the fastest growing religion in the world, which is very interesting. To get how they spread, we have to go back in time. Now, I'm going to focus on Christianity because it is the largest. Obviously, with Christianity, it started with Jesus Christ and the apostles in the beginnings, just generally spreading the word. But other major events contribute to the spread, such as the persecution of Christians when the Romans ruled. They forced the Christians into the catacombs, and even through all of this persecution, they still were getting new members every day. Now, I don't know exactly why, but evidently persecution led to the flourishing of Christianity. Next would be the Crusades. Then they were from about 1000 AD to 1300 AD. And it began when Pope Urban II declared Christians need to have access to the Holy Land again. And so he called upon all the Christians to take parts of Europe and parts of the Middle East all the way to Jerusalem and claim them for Christianity. Now, that led to the spread of Christianity through violence, but it still led to the spread. Finally, I'm going to talk about when pilgrims came to Plymouth Rock. It was because of religious persecution again, the difference between the Catholics and the Protestants. So once again, we see persecution leading to the spread of Christianity. But nowadays is very intriguing, because how is it getting spread in the modern world? Well, mostly through missionary work. It was explained to me by my former pastor, Jeremy Case, that the industrialized world is the global north, such as nations like the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, other European nations, basically the industrialized world. And then there's the global south. The global south are the lesser industrialized nations, or nations that are completely not industrialized at all. Now, some examples of these are like parts of Africa and parts of South America and the subcontinent of India. Now, the global north brings supplies to the global south, and this helps them make buildings that they could possibly need, or help them purify their water, things such as this that can help them for a short amount of time. But what they really bring is their religious message. And all of these religious messages are a message of hope. And I believe this is the key to the spread of religion today. Hope has been hailed by thinkers of every age, from Aristotle to Marcel. It has been endorsed by the spiritually minded as well as most atheistic philosophers and scientists. Practitioners of every healing art have prescribed hope. It is one of the biggest driving factors in driving a person to greatness. Hope is used in many ways, such as like 12-step programs, AA or any substance abuse program, where they have to admit that there's a higher power that they have no control over, in hopes it will better their current situation and help them get over the addiction. The same could be said for in medical trials, where there's the placebo effect, where a patient takes a pill that they think might be medication, and it's not actually medication. But because they think that this is medication and this will help me, they physically feel better. It's the hope of feeling better that actually is making them feel better. If you have the mindset, this will work, it has to work, there's a very good chance it will work. The same goes for religious messages. These people in the global south, these unindustrialized countries that have nothing, are given an opportunity to better their lives by simply believing in a god or deity, and that sounds like a very good idea to them. And so when they spread this word to hundreds or thousands of people, then one of them is bound to have a better life in the near future. And when that one person becomes successful, they can, even if it's by random chance, they can attribute it to this deity or this new belief that they have. And with that, they will tell another person, who can tell another person. And this will create a whole colony of people for this religion and help it spread. And these stories will reach nations, like entire countries. And so it helps build a new population of people of this religion. What I'm really trying to get at is that hope is one of the most powerful emotions for humans, along with faith and love. And hope can drive billions to follow the same path, the path of religion.